last two questions of today. Maybe I'll go a little bit over time. I notice. I hope that's okay. Just a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. Resources checklist. If you look for a resource, look at these 4 things. 1, it should be understandable for your level. And you can make this, I didn't write it on the slide, you can make a note. What you can do if you're, for example, in a library, you check a book, and the first page, just count the words you don't understand, right? If it's more or less 70%, that's the minimum. So if there's 3 out of every 10 words that you don't know, it will be very challenging to read, but it's doable. And then if you understand if there's only 1 word you don't understand, that's also great. It will be easy to read, and you'll still learn a lot. So that's the first thing. It should be comprehensible. Then the second one, it should be compelling, so that you have the involvement, right? It should be interesting to you. What I notice is in many language courses, this part is not well done. Those sometimes even very good teachers, they do everything well, but the text they use is just not interesting. It is very important to spend time, find something. Then use input, right? It should have text and audio. That would be best, especially in the beginning. And lastly, it should be useful. For example, if you read a text about microwaves and fridges, like Duolingo, they always have this section, every language app, where they tell you microwave and oven, and maybe if you find it interesting, it's okay, but it's not useful, right? Okay, how to find good resources? This is my top 5. And the Going Dutch community, I think, is the way to... It's also amazing. I didn't put it here because this is the top 5 that I use in other languages.
You're not learning Dutch, Max?
No. So of course I put my own book on top, because I try to write the perfect learning material using all the research. I really tried to do it, so that's why I think it worked. But you decide for yourself. Then Heb je zin is great. NOS in makkelijke taal is amazing. And then these are 2 websites, and you can find books there, like this one. Anne Frank, you know Anne Frank probably, right? And this is Anne Frank in makkelijke taal, in easy language, especially for learners of Dutch. It's absolutely amazing. And there's so many more resources, right? But I had to make a top 5 because I wanted to give you something practical, but there are amazing other things.
One that I'd like to add there is called Easy Dutch on YouTube. They have it in different languages. It's a great way to listen to how real people talk with subtitles. You can listen and read at the same time. Mm-hmm. Always good.
Yeah. And here I'd like to also explain, if you allow me, that of course with my book, what I tried is to write it about expats also. So I wrote a story about expats for expats like you. So then I know that it's probably interesting for you. So there are problems that expats have. In the book, it's in Rotterdam, so all the places are real places. So I try to make it real, because a lot of these books on these websites, they're for higher levels, like A2 level. And my book is the only one that starts at A1. So I try to add something to the field. How to implement into your life. Here's some practical advice, and then I'd like you to do something, okay? So 1, first, spend time finding the right resource, okay? I know it doesn't feel like you're doing Dutch, but when you're finding the perfect resource, after that, it will be so much easier, right? So then 2, spend money on those books and classes, right? Buy something you like. 3, set up a new YouTube account, because then you'll get recommended videos in Dutch, right? 4, track your hours. I can provide Jelle with my Excel sheet, and you can use it if you want. Then 5, I'd like to talk about these last things for the last couple of minutes. So 5, make sacrifices, use your dead time, and schedule your study sessions. They are very simple, practical things, and I hope it helps. I know it helped me a lot. So first, make sacrifices. And guys, I'd like to ask you, choose one and write it in the chat. Choose something that you're actually going to do in 2025.
And we're going to check in at the end of 2025 if you've actually done it. And if not, then you'll be expelled. No.
If not, you're kicked out of the community.
Exactly.
Oh, I see a lot of promises. Nice. Yes, and I really recommend to see it as a sacrifice, okay? So not something random, sometimes not, sometimes yes, watch a film in English, then in Dutch. No, choose one thing and do it consistently, right? Because then you will do it for the most amount of hours, and that will just help you the most. So I've written down all your names and addresses, and I'll see you in 2025. Second tip, use your dead time. Use your dead time. With dead time, I mean a time you cannot do anything else. So for example, when you're driving, or when you're in the tram or the metro, or when you're going on a Christmas holiday by plane, okay? So when there's no Wi-Fi in the plane, that's the perfect moment, okay? Use your dead time, you know, so first spend time finding the right resource, download it onto your phone or your headphones, and then when the time is dead and there's nothing to do, don't go onto Instagram and watch some stupid videos, okay? Please listen to Dutch, okay? Listen to Dutch. According to Krashen, the input hypothesis, that's how we learn, right? So it's not trivial. You really do it. And I calculated this for you. A normal course is usually 2 hours, 10 weeks is 20 hours, right? I know in the Dutch community with Jelle, you can do a lot more. That's one of the reasons why it's so useful, right? But if you use your dead time, let's say that you have 4 mornings of 30 minutes, that's also 2 hours. So if you're using only your dead time in the morning for 4 times a week, you'll do like always a Dutch course, right? If you see it like this and then write in your Excel sheet that you've actually done it, you'll see up the total amount of hours. And this is how I do it. This is my Google Calendar. The yellow bits, that's where I'm going to learn Persian. So that's a third tip for me, from me. Go into your Google Calendar now, if you want. Or if you have another calendar, go in there. Go in there. And for this week, choose 2-3 moments that you're going to do some Dutch. So when you're in the metro, whatever. But actually put it in your schedule, right? Don't wait until you have time, because then you'll never have time. Don't wait until you are you in the mood, because you'll never be in the mood. If you want, you can actually do it, but I won't wait for it. If you did it, please put it in the chat, okay? Put it in the chat. Like scheduling it really works. Your turn, choose your sacrifice and schedule your study sessions. I already said that. And like that, you can also go really nerdy and calculate how many hours you need for your level. Then divide it in time, put it in your calendar. And then if you actually did it, write it in your Excel sheet. Then you only need to find the right content and consume it. And then you have a full plan, strategy, tactics, everything, right? If you want to. This is a lot of what I had to say. Except for at the end, I would like to give you an offer, to make you an offer for my book. But first, Jelle has going to say something.
Well, first of all, thank you, Max, for the very interesting talk. We do a little clappy thing here. I think that the others can also do that. Yeah, I think, well, congratulations. It was very interesting. Yeah, there's so much stuff to learn about how to learn, and I feel like that's also an endless journey on its own. And sometimes people just need to get a little reminder or a little nudge in the right direction, a little bit of motivation also. What it is exactly, I'm always like, do the things you'll actually do. So focus on stuff that you actually find interesting. You already talked about it a little bit. And I think one component that's kind of lacking from the two studies, if you could go to the next slide, is that, well, it can be a bit lonely sometimes to be a language learner, but it doesn't have to be. So if you could go one further. So, well, a lot of you are already students at the Going Dutch, already a part of the Going Dutch community, and the ones that joined the session now for the first time, well, you're also a member of the online community now. So within this environment, we'll give classes like this Masterclass, but we also do speaking classes and all these kind of things. We also have an app, actually. So if you don't have it yet, then you can download the Going Dutch Community app. So you'll have access to the community on your phone, where you can maybe listen to some stuff or read some things or chat in Dutch, whatever was your goal for 2025. And yeah, next to that, we also have our Road to Fluency course, which is what we talked about more on the based on inputs, which well, we've learned that is extremely important. The biggest chunk of what you actually have to do. And yeah, our weekly speaking classes, which we try to keep, engaging for everyone, interesting, topical, about things you actually want to talk about, with a fair share of preparation as well. And within the community, you can see on the left side there are circles. So from 2025, that's next year, we're going to push the community a little bit more. So here you can chat with each other and start conversations. There's also challenges, which we're going to do. All of this to, well, make your language learning journey actually enjoyable.
I really like it. Yeah, so about my book, it has a full audio book. It is a funny novel with dialogues about expats for expats. Natural dialogues, there's a word list, there's output questions. It's just on bol.com, Amazon, it's all in the bookstores, it's everywhere.